the next task you have is to secure your USB. You're going to secure your USB cable, depending on which direction you want to have your side panels. So if you want to have the Thinkingbox logo out, you're going to be lining your panel up like that, right? If you think having one logo on your box is enough, you can swap directions. Now this cable is long enough to, this cable is long enough to connect to your Arduino and to your an available USB port on your computer. So depending on which direction you want to take this, you can do it. But if you want to give yourself as much slack, you would try to make sure you line up the hole for the USB with the port for the connector for the Arduino. So the point of these two holes, is to give yourself some strain relief. What you want to do, or what you need to do, sorry, I keep saying what you want to do, but what has to happen is you want to make sure that the cable can't be pulled out by just any random thing. So what you do is you put a zip tie in one hole, turn it over, stick it through the other hole, okay? And you're going to loop your USB cable here and tighten down the zip tie. And what that will do is make sure that the cable can't be pulled out. Yeah, this is so you need to feed through feed the zip tie through so it's as close to the wood as possible, and just pull it tight. And optionally, you can cut this. In a lot of cases, you would, because you're not going to go at it again. So I don't know if my should be able to cut this. There we go. And what that does is, if you pull here, you can see that this won't move. So you can't accidentally unplug it. Now, everything starts to become a little unwieldy, but what you do is you plug in your Arduino, because that's going to stay where it is, and then you start to position your sides. And what this is grab your nuts and bolts, and what these slots are called, they are nut locks. So you can drop a nut into one of these slots, and it is locked in place. So you can use a screw. You need a screwdriver, which I thought, oh boy. So just for this, I'll just hand tighten, but okay. So you insert the screw. I wonder if I can get this to engage. Oops. So this is where it all kind of gets finicky, but what I do is I will position the nut, put the panel on, and then screw it in. So now it's in place. We just want to tighten it down. I'm going to go get my regular screwdriver before I continue because, oh my God, I can't use a pocket knife. And that's your one wall in place. Be right back. So, how you want to approach this is up to you, but I'm going to just put this here. I'm going to put the other side on, and that'll give my back something to click into. Again, this might be a little finicky, but you can pin it together, position the panel, drop on the screw, get it to engage, and tighten, and get it nice and tight. You want to try to make sure that the nut is sitting sort of evenly. There you go. Screwdrivers. Got the wrong head. Better. Okay, there. Okay. Now, what you want to do next, this is kind of up to you, but this is the back. The back sits like this. This is the top. Top sits like this. Right? That. Okay, screw, screw. This is that front panel, and it goes on like this. Oops, no, upside down, my bad. Like that. And then finally the front. So get everything screwed in, and that way when you feed the wires in, nothing will fall apart, and you don't have to try to worry about fitting it all together. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. What I'm going to do is fast forward through this, and you can go at your own pace. So these two, I made these too long. And I suspect that the back is also going to be too long. So the screws will only barely, if they engage at all, they'll only barely engage. So let's see how that goes, because I guess I didn't adjust these the way I thought I had. Well, let's find out. Let's find out if I can at least get them to grab even a little bit. Because boy, that'll be embarrassing. So nope. No. Oh wait. Oh no. Oh boy. That's funny. Not funny, haha, though. Funny, poop. Let me get the rest of the assembly together and give this some thought, because maybe there's something I can do. See, here's the thing is that I've been notching pieces out, and I didn't need to do it for the front and the back panels. So that's why those are too long. But let's put these on and just see where we're at, because maybe it's not quite as disastrous as it feels, because it feels pretty disastrous, not gonna lie. Okay. In the meantime, when you're feeding in your wires, you can wind them back and forth, but make sure that the pins that none of the wires pop out. So you just want to be careful to put them in carefully, right? You just want to place this in. You don't want anything to disconnect as you're placing it in. That. Like that. This is the tricky one, is getting this nut and screw to do what you need them to do, since you definitely don't want to drop the nut. So one way to do this would be to put the screw in, screw the nut on a little bit. You do that on both sides. Okay. And then fit this back on and position the nut in place as you put the panel on. So you see, like that. And that way you can tighten the screw. And the same thing on the other side. Now I need to figure out what to do with this, because these are too short. Well, while I give that some thought, worst comes to worst, you can tape it. It's not the best option, of course. You can also use a little bit of wood glue, and you can wood glue this in place. But let me give it some thought. Otherwise, I just have to get you some longer screws. But that is your controller assembled. So let's plug it in. That's it working. That is pretty cool. Okay.